Hello, and a lovely evening to you. We are so delighted to come into your homes again. This is Hope Channel Ghana, and the program is Love at Home. This is the only show that talks about you. I mean, you and your family. So we are talking about the mother, the father, the grandparents, the children, the young adults. They are here to listen to you, to help you navigate this world. Love at Home, fine, by the help of God. And you and your family for Christ. So what are you doing as a family, community? I still say the word of God. Say to someone, God loves you. How do you do it? Just a minimum. Through good parenting. Through well-carved family upbringing. Knowing who you are. Loving that special woman or special man in your life. How do you do this? We learn all this. Our duty here is to learn, relearn, and unlearn to make our lives better. Today too is another wonderful show. I am Efia Sewa Mansa. Last week, we looked at some interesting topic where we had the students coming to join us. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we continue. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Imagine being told that in 2 hours, you must leave everything behind. Your home, your memories, your future. You don't know where you're going or when you will ever return. For millions of refugees around the world, this is not imagination. It is reality. Every day, families are forced to flee war, violence, persecution, and disaster. Behind every number is a mother, a father, a child. Not statistics, but people just like us. But hope begins when someone chooses to care. Through ADRA Ghana and its partners, refugee families are receiving support to rebuild their lives through farming, skills training, livelihoods, and opportunities for a better tomorrow. Because solidarity is more than sympathy, it is action. Jesus reminds us, I was a stranger and you invited me in. When we welcome refugees, we welcome Christ. This World Refugee Day, stand with those forced to flee, give hope, restore dignity, transform lives. Your donations today can help a refugee family find safety, opportunity, and future. Together, let us walk as neighbors. ADRA Ghana, to serve humanity so all may live as God intended.
Maybe are fresh. We now have to identify
Hello guys, I welcome you all to Gospel 101 TV show. My name is Selassie Evelyn and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this uplifting journey into the heart of gospel music and inspiration. What you made ye sui, yet de ekuko down. Get ready for a television show that will challenge, uplift, and remind you of the incredible power of God. The show will boss say, yet the life-changing stories.
We are not going to marry when we go to heaven. It is very true. But if we are not careful, our bonnet heaven will cry.
Good music videos. So tell a friend to tell another friend, say, Gospel 101 Jumedieno has come. It is not just a show, it is going to be an experience.
Gospel 101, showing this and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Hope TV.
Welcome to Hope at Night. Here's your host, Anil Kanda.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to Hope at Night. We have an amazing episode tonight.
Hello and welcome to Watch These Signs only on Hope Channel Ghana.
Like in the book of Macbeth, it said, be the innocent flower, but the serpent underneath it.
And here the Bible says Satan is disguised as an angel of light. So we hear, oh, Jesus, Jesus. So you think that because they are mentioning Jesus,
you might think that is Jesus.
That is, you found Christianity.
You are in the den of Satan. Because of what is happening in the world today, the wildfire of occultism that is spreading. That is why reigns of ministers are becoming very, very, very controversial, and yet people are using it. The source is not from the Bible.
Besides that, this show Bible discussion is not just for people who profess Christianity, but for all of us.
Hello, my lovely viewer. We are grateful that you waited on us. The program is Love at Home on Hope Channel Ghana, and thank you so much for that quick break. As I was saying, Love at Home is here to help you prepare you and your family for Christ's soon return. So we are talking about good parenting. We are talking about good marriages. We are talking about how to love that special person in your life. How do we see different personality types? How do we manage them amidst the difficulties that this is what we do, and this is what we discuss on Love at Home. We don't leave the children out. The young adults are also here. So yes, this week we had the opportunity to have some students joining us on the show where we looked at faith, identity, and true self. And they shared lots of experiences, especially for those who were freshers. What were some of the ordeals, how they maneuver or how they managed on campus when their parents were not there. You know, when you are young, you are at home, your parents will tell you your food is ready, I'll cook for you, I'll do that. But there, they said it's a whole big city and a whole big community, and you're supposed to feed yourself. How do you maneuver all this? And who cancels them? Those and many more is what we discussed on Love at Home last week. Today we are blessed, yes, we are blessed to have two learned people joining us. One from University of Ghana, Legon, Dr. Amafrema Kranten Doku. Dog, Mawajo. I hope your day has been good.
Yes, very good.
And your family?
Yeah, by God's grace.
You are enjoying your work?
Yeah.
It's stressful?
Extremely stressful.
Extremely. See how you are qualifying it. You need to manage it.
Yeah.
It as well. Thank you so much for joining us. We are grateful. And to my immediate left is a well-known face on Love at Home. He's a life coach. He's a pastor. He's a lecturer at Valley View University. Pastor Dr. Yi Kwei. Dog.
Yep. Good evening. And how you doing?
God, I am blessed.
Yes.
And I guess you're also blessed.
I'm doing so fantastic. I'm doing good.
I like your dressing.
Oh, come on.
You're really looking smart.
Thank you. We are training your kids for you, so we have to look smart.
Oh, thank you. So that they can emulate, right?
Definitely.
Thank you so much. And to you out there, you are especially welcome. It is time has come. So call every member of the family that yes, Love at Home is here. Let's sit to learn, unlearn, and relearn so that our families always be better. At the end of the day, we are looking at love at home. So today we are looking at identity and survival on campus. Identity and survival on campus. Students say they are going through a lot. Parents say they don't understand students. Lecturers say they don't understand students. What is happening? This is what we are going to be discussing today. And let me ask Dr. Koran Tinduku. I don't know how to mention it, forgive me.
Yeah. It's fine.
So for you, being a lecturer, do you see it as one of the calling, like a pastor will say, it's my ministry, I've been called to call the wandered sheep home. You, how do you see yours? Has it in any way strengthened your faith or relationship with God by this?
Yeah, for me, I think it's a calling.
Okay.
Because I've had the passion to teach right from secondary school. So I took that upon myself to toe that line. Teach in a higher institution, not just anywhere. I mean, not to downplay those who teach in the primary schools, but that was my target.
Yeah.
Teach in a higher institution. I think that it was a calling for me. And to talk about being a lecturer and how it has strengthened my faith. You know, you go to class and you see the number of students having volumes of problems. Sometimes you can't, almost all the time, you can't rely on your human intellect to help these children. So you need God's grace, you need a discernment to be able to navigate the challenges these students are facing. And so I would say that even before I go to class, I pray, and that alone helps me to, help these students with all the challenges that they are facing. I cannot do it alone with my own intellect. So I need the grace of God to do that, and it has strengthened my faith.
That you need a supernatural being to help you manage this. You can't do it alone.
Exactly.
I think you're right. No, what about you?
Yeah, I can agree with what she said. Teaching actually is a calling. And Christ Jesus is the foremost teacher that we know.
Ah, okay.
And so whenever we get into space and we are teaching, especially from where I am coming from, we do what we call IFL, that is integration of faith and learning.
Okay.
So whenever you are teaching, you must see yourself first and foremost as somebody who is called into the classroom to prepare young people for the life here and the life to come. So it's a calling. And from my background also, it's an opportunity to minister. So it helps my faith as well.
But let me understand, Dr. Amafoa. What is really your background? What do you teach? Should I say you're a teacher?
Yes, yeah. That's
okay, what do you teach?
We teach.
What do you teach?
So I am with the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences.
Family
and
Consumer Sciences.
Exactly.
What is that?
So for my department, the family is the center of everything.
Okay.
Ranging from family resource management, clothing and textiles, and even child studies. So with all these combinations, we want the family to live a happy life. We want families to achieve their goals.
Okay.
We want families to use the available resources at their disposal to help achieve family goals. And so that is basically what the department is all about. So we have nutrition. We need to understand the nutritional needs of each family member. We need to understand the clothing needs. We are all dressed well, very nicely. We need to understand the clothing needs of each family member. We need to also understand the developmental stages of the children that we even, God has blessed us with, so that we will know how to manage them at home. So basically this is what we as a department do.
And you teach this in the classroom to students?
Exactly.
And what is the goal of this program or this course?
So, you know, the family is the basic unit of the society.
Very true.
So when the society is not in good shape, it stems from the family.
Okay.
And so right from that stage, we want to imbibe in the children family goals, family values, family morals, so that by God's grace, when they grow up, they live with those family values, family morals, and all those things, so that they can fit into the society. Yes.
But do you think it is working, or you think it is write and pass exam and move on?
You know, the students are always conscious about passing the examination. So sometimes you teach them, and the next thing they forget. They are all thinking about their grades. But I'm very sure that at
some
least
will stick for some others.
Some would take that training or whatever we teach them to build their lives and to a larger extent build their families. Yeah.
That is an eye-opening. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, Dog, please say, what do you teach?
Okay, so I am with the Theological Studies Department.
Theology?
Yeah, theology, that's what I teach mainly. And I'm a New Testament person. But in the scheme of Valley View University, we have a department that is called General Education Department. And the General Education Department teaches courses that are, or houses, courses that the students take them generally. So it doesn't matter whether you're in nursing, computer science, whatever, you have to take those courses. And some of those courses are religion courses. So we have one we call Life and Teachings of Jesus. And this Life and Teachings of Jesus just combs the Bible to find the life of Jesus, how we can use his teachings as everyday principles to live our lives. You know, so right in the classroom, we establish some fundamental principles to show what the university stands for, and as a mission school as well, what we are trying to churn out. Because our goal is to train the people, not just for this life, but for eternity.
Okay.
And more so, want to make them very relevant, and very relevant to everyday life, everyday people. So that's what I do basically.
Wow. So we have two learned people here, and their duty is to help shaping individuals.
Yes.
Am I right?
You're right. Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So I think we are blessed to have you once again, and thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Dog, let me ask you, how do you balance this with families? The needs of your family, for your husband, for your children, and the other needs that community may require from you. Because I understand a class can have like 400. How do you manage this? And if students would want to come to you, would you have the time to be listening to them?
Yeah, let me start from the last question you asked. As a lecturer, you need to make time for the students. They are the reason we are working. And so if a student schedules a meeting with you, you need to make time to talk to the students. Looking at managing work, family, and the community, and all the social roles that you have to do, I always say that there's nothing like work-life balance. We have a term like that, but I think it's a scam. Because meeting the demands of work, family, personal life, social life is quite difficult.
Difficult, yeah.
It's extremely difficult. So for me, if I'm going to tell you my life experience, we will not end this program because I'm a living testimony of managing so many things at the same time. Managing children, managing my work, managing social life. Sometimes it's difficult because I can't give the same attention to all the things. Sometimes family wins. Sometimes family gets all my attention. Sometimes research wins. Sometimes social life mostly does not win because I may not get the time to be doing other things. But sometimes family suffers because you may have to attend a funeral. You will not have the time to go. And your family members will not understand why you are not coming. All your siblings are there, only you. Why are you not coming? Because you are not being able to balance the competing demands of work, family, and all the other roles. So it's difficult. It's difficult.
But do you think lecturers are underappreciated?
Yeah, a lot.
Why do you say so?
What we normally do in class is just the tip of the iceberg. Most people think it's just about going to class and teach. So one time I told my professor that if you had told me the volume, the background things you people do, probably I would have been a military woman or something.
But that's your second option.
That's my second option because I had the mentality that it was just about teaching. Until you come in, you know the nitty-gritties of being a lecturer. It spans or goes beyond teaching. So you find yourself supervising students, you find yourself marking, you find yourself grading, you find yourself writing projects. The bigger one is the research activities that we have to undertake because that is actually the metric for your career measurement. So if you are a lecturer and you are writing research, you know how it feels to write one, I mean for your research to be accepted or to be published. Pastor can tell us it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. So behind the classroom, lecturers have a lot to deal with. So I want the public to understand that it's not just about teaching. You have several roles. You turn yourself into a counselor even because you have children, I mean students under you who look up to you if they have any challenges. You turn yourself into a counselor. And I think our work is really underappreciated, as you said.
Parents, the lecturers are saying their work is underappreciated. Or please, let's help them. Then sorry for that. Dr. Quay.
Yeah.
I am looking at, based on what she said, would you think, or do you think, that there is the need for lecturers to also go through counseling and psychology, irrespective of your background? That is to say, do you get students coming to you with their problems? And if you are not a type where you've been trained, how would you go about this?
Okay, so like she said, at Valley University we do much of what she's saying. But to respond to your question, then every institution would have a counseling center, a unit that deals with this kind of things. So where the person cannot handle it at a certain level, you can make referral.
All right.
Yeah, you can make referral.
All right.
But generally, the students, there's something about a lecturer or a teacher. The students look up to us. So, and they feel that based on the knowledge you share, actually they feel that we know everything. And we can discuss every life issue. So they come to us. And this is what I do, particularly when I enter into a class. Now, I am not doing much of that, but I used to learn. I intentionally learn the names of my students. As many as they may be, I intentionally learn their names. And it's a strategy of asking them to open up. Because if I meet you in public space and I mention your name, Ben, the students actually will be surprised that, hey, he knows my name. And immediately they get closer to you and they open up. So we do all those things. Indeed, if there is opportunity to go through a study in terms of counseling, psychology, and all those, it's fine. But I can say for a fact that the the process of becoming a lecturer itself takes a lot of study. And so some of these things are fused in, you know, so that they are built in a way that you'll be able to share your life with others. And you know, let me say this. If you see somebody that is called a lecturer, one, the person is made up of diverse ideas. It's a collection of several people's ideas that the person has formulated it to be him or her, you know. So it's not just the thinking that the person is teaching accounting or whatever. It's a mix and a made up person, you know. So we try as much as possible to help our students in that way.
Now, Dr. Ama, last week or two, we had a student on the show, and they were trying to say that they do not visit the counseling unit because they feel that whatever they share will go out. They do not really trust. I don't know how these counseling units are seen or are built over there that will make a student feel that way. And in that case, what should the student do?
So ideally, the careers and guidance center, I don't know how some universities call them.
Okay.
They are the professionals who actually need to undertake some of these exercises. And so if students are saying they don't really trust their services or they don't trust that their information will be secured, then seriously, I don't know where else to go.
To go.
Because they can come to us actually, but they are the professionals. They've been trained to
For
do
that.
Yes. So I think if they've had experiences in the past where their information was not confidential or they had their information or whatever they shared with their counselors elsewhere, probably they need to talk to the people who actually did that, because for my institution, we are very certain that they are professionals and whatever you discuss with them will not go anywhere. Yeah, so I think the problem is not the students. The problem is the counseling center. Something must be done if that is what is going on.
What if it is also perception? It may not be true,
It may
but
not
maybe
be true.
perception.
It may not be true.
Yeah. So
yeah.
this is just to put across,
Yeah.
so that we can continue to rebuild and reshaping our units, so that we can get the confidence in them. Yes,
Yeah, just to add a little to what she said, you know, it's like walking into a hospital. As soon as you walk into a hospital, people think that you are sick. So on campus, when somebody visits the guidance and counseling unit or whatever, the perception is that the person has a problem. So they themselves
will try and cook something.
Yes, they themselves, they feel that once I'm entering there, I have people would think that I have a problem. It is the reason why some of them would not want to go there. But I want to say that you visit a counselor not necessarily because you have a problem, but sometimes you are in a dilemma or there is a decision you want to make, and you just need somebody to guide you, you know, to make that decision. So people should feel free and walk up to the counseling unit and share their thoughts. Whatever you want to share it with the person, and then the necessary help will be given you. I must say this: you see, sometimes you are a fool if you say certain things or you ask certain questions, but that is for a minute. But if you don't ask, if you don't say it, you might remain a fool forever.
No, that is true.
So it's better you share it and find the necessary answers, and then you move on in life.
All right. Dr. Ama, looking at some challenges that students normally go through. You've been on campus for some time. Can you share some with us? We want parents to know. For parents, I'm sure most of them will feel, you need money, I'll send it to you. You need food, I'll send it to you. So we are done. Is that all that it is?
That is not all. There's a lot more challenges that students are facing that parents do not know about. I always say that it's not just about paying the fees. Sometimes you need to ask your children or your wards, what is the university world like to them? Because if you are just interested in paying the fees and you leave everything to the students, your child may come home with a certain problem, you would not even figure out how to even help the child. Now, let me talk about the challenges. Financial pressure is one of the greatest challenges students are facing on campus. In my class, for instance, there are lots of them who sell cocoa drink, kosiani meko, and all those things just to fend for themselves because probably their parents cannot afford. And such a person has to wake up early, prepare all those things before coming to class. She comes to class and is sleeping. And go back. There are students who have a lot of resets. They fail their examinations, and from level 100 to level 400, they have about 16 resets to write.
Hey.
Yes.
And I'm sure their parents are not even aware.
No, they are not
because
aware.
They can't say it.
They can't. How would you say it? And because the parents are not even asking about, oh, how did the examinations go? They don't know the situation when it comes to the number of resets the students have. The failed examinations. Students are going through a lot. They don't have the peace of mind to study. So definitely you will fail. One student came to me and said, in fact, I didn't want her to write the IA because she missed class for 7 weeks.
Oh.
And I am very particular about certain things. I decided not to allow her to write. And she came to me and said, she's doing a lot of businesses to pay her own fees. And so such a person, how will she even have the time to learn? Definitely she's going to fail. And that has been her from level 100 to level 400. She has a lot of races to write. Some are living on campus as married couples.
Hey.
Yes, one of the challenges we have. They are living together because
cohabitation.
Because it all boils down to the financial pressure that we are talking about.
They can't pay the hostel fees.
They can't pay the hostel fees. So they are purchasing someone who has the means to provide or help him or her get food to eat or something of that sort. So students are really going through a lot. Broken relationships.
Heartbreaks.
They can't concentrate. So the bottom line is the students are going through a lot that parents are not aware of. Some are drug addicts. They can't let go. And you know, sometimes it's not their fault. They are just following what their friends are doing. So they are really going through a lot of challenges on campus, and I would be very glad if their parents would actually have a conversation with them. If you are a parent and you are watching and your ward is in the university, you've not had any encounter, you've not asked anything about her academics and all those things, then I'm very sorry. You have to do your homework well because these students are going through a lot. Yeah.
So it is not enough to say I've paid your fees.
Not at all.
And I've given you some few food, so you should fend for yourself.
No.
Living there will be difficult.
It's difficult.
You are in a mission school.
Yeah.
She is coming from a public school. Maybe yours will be different. So share some of that. But if you say you don't have, we will say hallelujah, move on.
Okay, so indeed, from UG, he lives in a bigger community, you know, and I think it's one of the reasons why sometimes we urge you people to come to a smaller community where much care is given to you. And
Pastor Kwe, you are going to pay for this promo you are doing.
Oh no, this is not promo. Oh, am I doing a promo, right? You know, and that is one of the advantages to be in a smaller community and then one-on-one. But I can say for a fact that you come to our institution, we also have challenges. Something like what she mentioned, like drug issues. But the reality is that we try to follow them and see how much we can help. I remember when I was a student, there is one big man in this country, probably I will not mention his name, and he intentionally brought his son to Valley University, who was on drugs. The intention was that the child would be reformed. And indeed, by the time he left, he was clean and was able to live his life.
Okay.
So the challenges are there, but steps are taken to remedy them. I must also say that some of them also have the issue of self-identity and self-identity and self-definition. The inability to say, this is who I am and this is what I want to be. You know, the university is, if you look at the name itself, is a universe with all kinds of people. The larger it gets, the more people you find in it. International students with all kinds of mindsets. Even the lecturers have their own philosophies, and everybody's trying to convince you to buy into his philosophy.
Survival for the fittest.
Yes, buy into his philosophy. So sometimes students struggle with self-identity. But the reality is that with time, they learn how to form themselves, to say that this is who I am. Some of them also struggle with this issue of low self-esteem or inferiority complex because somebody has much and somebody doesn't have. And if you see some of the cars the students drive, and if you look at your family, you know, it's a struggle. But we must help our students to know that there is difference between self-worth and net worth. You know, you must know that this is who I am. Even if your self-worth is who you are when you are naked, you know, with nothing material, you know. So they must rather build their self-worth so that the net worth would follow. So the challenges are there, but we try our best to help some of them as much as we can.
Tama, one of the students on our show talked about self-identity, and I'm glad Doug has also mentioned it, that it's really a problem. And so you see a child whom, for example, when he was leaving home, we knew that child to be this way. By the time he comes out from school, just the first year, no, not the first year, first semester, the person has changed. You no longer recognize this person. What do you think are some of the causes of this?
I would say peer pressure. Some of the students want to please their parents when they are home. You know, I'm the quiet type. I dress in a certain way. I don't even wear anklets. For the parents to know that this my child, this my daughter is very good. When they come to the university, they also want to please their friends. So if you are not morally upright, or if you don't uphold to your values, or even the family values, you get swayed. And so that person even becomes confused because the person doesn't know his
true identity. Yeah.
So you, at one point, you want to please your parents. At other point, you want to please your
friends.
Who are you? Double standards. Who are you? Who exactly are you? So I had some research about this identity stuff, and I realized that there are layers. The first one is the core, where who you are when nobody is watching you.
Yeah.
That is your true identity, which comprises your values, your morals, your character. Who are you when no one is watching you? And then you can talk about the fluid layer, where you are just like a feather, blown by every wind. So when somebody says this, you are there. When somebody says this, you are there. It will interest you to know that some students have cars on campus. Somebody will tell you, when it is vacation, you just come to University of Ghana and see the number of cars parked there. It's for the students. On vacation, they can't take their cars home because the parents don't know they are driving such cars. So you see, one parent brought her daughter to me in the office, level 100. You could see the way the lady was dressed. In level 400, I couldn't recognize the lady. She was almost going naked.
Oh.
And the mom was crying. It's always the mothers that come to cry. You know, I'm not saying the fathers are not there, but you know, the mothers.
Father's Day is approaching, so please say it so that the fathers will also know.
The mothers are always the ones coming to check up on their children. I mean, especially the girls. Such a person at home dresses very well, but going through the 4 years has turned into something else. So they're not being able to identify who they truly are is really a problem for them.
Doug, how can parents, because I guess before the child gets there, he should be taught to accept himself, that this is me, this is what makes me who I am. How can parents do this so that when they get to university, we don't see them as different people? How do we do this?
Okay, so some families, they are not too open to allow the children to voice out and express themselves as they should. So sometimes the parents create images and they want the child to fit in. And the child may not necessarily want to be like that. So in Ghana, for instance, we think that somebody who is dull and quiet and does not talk is respectful. So we create that kind of image. But the kid is a talker, a very vibrant person. So once you create that image, she will try to fit in, or he will try to fit in. When she's outside from that sphere, then her real person will show. So I think we must create the environment to allow people to be who they are. You see, the Bible says, train up a child the way he should go.
So it is not how the
we
parents...
want to know the way he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. Our responsibility is to guide, to mentor, to coach, to define parameters and let the person be who he is, you know. Now, another important thing is that, you see, we don't normally teach our children to take initiatives themselves. So they have depended on us. And so when they step out, they can't do anything unless somebody instructs them. And that is when their friends who have learned how to be, to take initiatives, rule over them. So you see, for instance, one of the ways to teach your child initiative is basic. Okay, you have several dresses for a child to use for church. When your child, you want to iron your clothes. I'm just using the church as an example. So you ask your child, go and bring your dress to be ironed. Let your child go and select. That is initiative. You know, this issue of, no, don't wear this one. But all the clothes are meant for church. So if she picks one, it's fine. Once you are stopping that, what you are doing is that the person couldn't take initiative. Everything, as if you have designed a life for the person to live. You know, so we must allow them to ask questions. They should come home and say whatever they see out there. As a matter of fact, my kids, one is 18, one is 14, and some of the things we talk about, you know, but I enjoy it. When they go out, whatever happens, they come home, they just mention it. And sometimes we tease each other, we talk about it, we laugh, and then, you know, so we must create the space for them so that the children will be themselves. So when they go out there, they will be that, you know. I met one young lady. Once again, I will not mention her name. Or probably I will not mention the name. I met her, and I told her, "You're beautiful." And you know what she told me? "Thank you, I know." And then I asked her, "How do you know?" He said, "My dad said so." You know.
That
so,
is it.
Yes, that is said so. She's been hearing it. It's not news. So telling your child, "I love you, you are beautiful, you are handsome, I like your haircut, I like what you are wearing." These are basic things we need to say. If you don't say those things, because those things are needed, when the child goes out and people are beginning to say those things to her, then she feels that, yay, you know, but it's something, but this one, you hear it every day. Mommy tells me, daddy tells me. And these are some of the ways we can treat our children so that when they go out
My lovely
there,
viewer, it is becoming more interesting. Yes, I'm so saying it. Join us on Facebook, on YouTube, on our TikTok platform, and on WhatsApp number 0559 680066. Please join us, and then you can send in your contributions, your questions, and more importantly, to the students, you can share your views with us. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we continue that discussion. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Welcome to Hope at Night. Here's your host, Anil Kanda.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to Hope at Night. We have an amazing episode tonight.
Hello, you are welcome back to Love at Home on Hope Channel Ghana. We are discussing identity and survival on campus. Please join us on Facebook, on YouTube, and on TikTok, and on our WhatsApp line 0559 680066. Yes, we are having a discussion with Dr. Amafrey Makranteng Doku and Pastor Dr. Yikwei. We are discussing identity and survival on campus. We've talked at length where we've looked at identity, and that is the most intriguing part that I think parents should set and go back. But before we left, Pastor talked about identity. You know, parents have some fears. The fear is that I didn't get the opportunity to be like you or to be like somebody. I have suffered. So to the parent, he must pave, the word is not pave, to create or craft a path for you to fit in. And in their mindset, that will help you to be successful. You are saying that will not help us. Is that what you are saying? Or Doug, you still want to continue?
Yes. The reality is this. This idea of, for instance, let's use career. The parent feels that I wanted to be a nurse, but I never had the opportunity of becoming a nurse, so you must be a nurse. What you are telling the child is that, live my life for me. If the child lives your life, who is going to live the child's life? You know. So every profession, once it is legitimate and legal, it's good. And if you fit into the right craft, your growth is also rises. Your growth rises very fast. You know, except that there are people who can do several things. You know, several things. So wherever you put them, they'll fit in. But we must help our kids to find their path. As a matter of fact, the creation you make for them is the ability to pay their fees, to take them to the right schools, to help them select the right programs, and follow through with whatever they want to do. You know, I understand the market value of programs. So, for instance, now it is computer science, is this and that, so everybody wants to do computer science or these other programs, you know. But the traditional ones, if that is what the person is made for, let the child pursue that. And so, like I said, create the opportunity, the fees, the visit, trying to find the right friends,
the encouragement, the push.
Those are the things you have to do for the child to be able to become whoever he or she should become.
Let me give a typical example.
Please do.
So I have two different students. One of them was studying physics. He was in level 300 and a NAS member. That's how I got to know. He had struggled with the physics right from year 1 to year level 300. Just because the parents said, this is what you have to do. You have to do physics. In the long run, he stopped physics and then he bought forms again to do dance.
Music and
He's
dance.
the type that is always doing
The
role
arts,
play, the
okay.
art, even in the fellowship, because I was part of the those who were doing drumming. You could see the passion at which he was performing.
It means that that person will be good at it. It's a natural flow.
He stopped
the physics,
and he went to level 100 all over.
After wasting 3 years.
After wasting 3 years. And the parents were disappointed.
No, it shouldn't be.
Because they forced that boy to do physics when he knew he couldn't do physics. There's another classical example. Level 400 students who was doing computer science. Computer science is the age now. So every parent wants their children to do computer science. The guy showed me his transcripts. It's nothing to write home about. And he's in level 400 about to graduate. I think he's graduating with a 3rd class. So the parents prefer the child to graduate with a 3rd class or even pass than the child doing something that he or she is passionate about. Parents, I think we should give it a thought than forcing them to do what they're not interested in doing. Yeah.
What should first years know before coming to school?
They should understand that the university is not an extension of secondary school.
Hey, what do you mean?
At the secondary school, 5 o'clock, the bell.
Crying.
I remember back in Infantiman Girls, you have to wake up early. You know, I think it's for all secondary schools, especially those in the boarding house. 7 o'clock, you are going for dining. In fact, everything was planned for you. But in the university, who plans something for you? Nobody. You are on your own. So when they see themselves in that environment, everything becomes new to them.
Yeah.
You can stay in your room for the whole day. Don't go for lectures. Nobody cares. But in secondary school, you have to be in class.
They have to lock the door now. You have to lock the door.
They'll lock the door.
You can't be there.
But here, nobody cares. If you don't go for class, it's nobody's business. So it's quite, I won't say difficult, but they should understand that it's not an extension of what they are doing there. That is a transition stage for them to be proactive, just as you mentioned, for them to take responsibility of their own learning or their own lives. Other than that, stay in the home, stay in the hostel for God knows how many days you want to stay. It's nobody's business. One thing I also want them to understand is they should build rapport with the lecturers right from the beginning.
That's it.
It is very, very important. There are some students I've never seen in the class. I don't know. It was only in level 100 that I got to know them. When they are coming for recommendation, what do you want me to write about you? So right from the start, build healthy relationships, not any other relationship, but healthy relationships with your lecturers, so that if you have any kind of challenge, it will be easy for you to approach them, and they can offer any kind of support for you. Yes, one last thing is finding your community. The university has a lot of resources available, but if you come, well, they have orientation programs and other things, but you as an individual would have to identify the ones that will help you. There are fellowships. We have the NAS, we have, depending on the denomination, just find them and be part of the fellowship. You also get to know that you have a family that cares. Aside your roommates and other people, the fellowship members are there to support you. But if you go and you don't find the fellowship members, you are hiding in the corner, they are looking for freshers, they cannot find you, then I don't know what else you'll be doing. So it's very important you find the community you are in, you find the fellowship members, join them. I also talked about the university not being being a transitional form. So take responsibility of your own learning. And then the second one is to build rapport with the lecturers. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So let me highlight a bit more on the building the rapport. You see, when you sit in a class as a student, to be frank, the first thing to learn is the lecturer. You need to study the lecturer first and foremost before you even study your course. You see, this is the point. We said earlier that every lecturer comes with his or her own philosophy. And I can use myself as an example. I was taught by two lecturers, Dr. Kofi Owusu-Mensah, Professor Owusu-Mensah, and Dr. Pepra Mensah. One of them are Mensahs. You know, in one particular semester, Owusu-Mensah likes precision. When he asks a question, he provides even a line. You cannot write beyond the line. If you write beyond the line, whether the answer is correct or not, it is wrong. So he likes everything to be done concise and precise. Then here we have Pepra Mensah, who likes expression. You have to write and write. So that was how I learned that thing. So I was using Owusu-Mensah's ideology to judge Pepra Mensah. So when
it will not work.
It didn't work. It didn't work. So then I realized that so every lecturer is looking for something. So I studied. Anytime I get to class, my first week and the second week, I'll pay attention and look at the lecturer. So that's one of the tricks. Know how they think, and that is how you respond to them when they ask you questions. That's how you respond to them. She also mentioned the family from home, which is your faith group. I was with KNUST NAS, I think somewhere much thereabout. We had a week-long program. So one of the things I suggested was to try to make their imprints in the churches. And also, the churches must find a way to relate with the NAS. So when your child is going to the university, don't even allow the child to go hide. Send the name of the child to
the church,
the group on campus, so they can identify. Because at that place they use phones, so why not give the phone number and the child's name, so they can quickly locate the child.
They will change the number. How much is a chip?
No. The point is that when they get into the university, it's not their intention to go to church.
Okay.
But as they hide for a while, and especially when the university is such huge, you have thousands of students, you know, so that link should be there, okay? And I want our students also to pay attention to the orientation. The orientation. Make sure that some universities will run orientation for a whole week, you know. So departmental issues, the entire university issues and whatever. Pay attention, and that's the start of whatever you are going to do. You need to orient yourself to be part of the university. And I think by doing that, you find it smooth, and then you run your course and come back home.
Well, our time is almost gone. It's actually gone. But you cannot go without you saying a word to freshers, those who will be coming to school in September, right? Those who are, it depends, well, I don't know, on the calendar.
Yeah.
Those who will be continue, and then parents. Parents and guidance.
Yeah, for parents, I would say, I understand you care deeply about your wards, but try to understand them. Try to find certain solutions when they are going through challenges. Don't judge your children because you don't understand what they are going through on campus. And for freshers, we've already talked about them going through orientations and other things. Which other group?
The continuing students.
You are almost done with your studies, so continue to work hard, and I'm very sure you'll be successful. If you have all the resources at your disposal, use them to achieve something better for yourself. You'll be fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I would urge anybody watching us tonight to make Valley View University your preferred choice. I say this because Eugene is full, and very soon they would even ask some of you to apply Valley View. So why don't you apply it maybe before you get there and they ask you to come to Valley View, because Valley View is a preferred destination.
It's the premier too.
Yeah, it's premier chartered private institution.
They say Ghana is a premier university.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Premier public and premier private.
Yeah,
no, I agree. But what
premier public, premier private.
What I'm saying is that we need to share the numbers so that at least we can have our institution going.
Okay.
And also train them for today, for the future, and
holistic training,
and then for God. I also want to urge parents to give the attention to the children that they have. Don't just pay the fees and stay at home. Check on them, know their friends, and then make sure that they go through the institution, and the institution also goes through them. So they come out as the kind of people that you want to see and be proud of. When they have needs, supply, but don't overdo it. Some of the kids are over-pampered. I mean, there is something like over-pampered, you know, they are pampered, you know. And they end up destroying themselves. So we would urge parents to pay attention, and then we can all work together. But hey, make sure that you do what within you is what God calls you to do. As a matter of fact, in Ghana, we think that when somebody studies mathematics, physics, those ones, then you are intelligent. See, intelligence is all over the place. Just as somebody can just look at you and draw your physique, everything, that's intelligence. Yes. So if that is who you are, develop that and become big in the future. God bless us all.
Thank you so much. You've had it all, and you now know that lecturers are not just educators. They are parents themselves, they are counselors themselves,
They are role models. They are faith-igniting people, and they are there to put your world in the right direction. Parents, you've heard it all. Let's help our garden, our wards, in making sure that we are preparing them for the future of Mother Ghana as we want Ghana to be like. All too soon, our time is up. And I want to say thank you so much, Dr. Amma Cranton. Please leave me like that. Thank you, Doku.
Yes.
And then Pastor Dr. Yi Kweng. And to you out there, thank you so much for not leaving us and joining us. Until same time next week when you come into your homes again with another interesting topic. This is Safia Sewa, Love at Home, Hope Channel Ghana. And thank you. Good night. Bye.